I have in front of me an 8-channel DVR that supports 960H high definition. So this is it's available with free delivery from freetv.ie. We have a series of videos that cover all the main topics in it. Here I'm going to give an overview exactly what comes in the kit, and then we'll give an overview of the DVR itself in terms of the menu functionality, etc. So what I'll just start off with maybe is I'll just mention that this is the outer box that comes in here. We have a power unit, comes with a 3-pin plug, we have a mouse, we have a mini CD here, and we have a very brief user manual itself, and you can see the main DVR here itself. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come around to the front and I'll just give an overview of the menu structure, and then we'll come back and have a little bit of detailed look of the DVR itself. So we'll just focus over on the screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click. We need to bring up the, type in the password. We just double click here, and the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the default, and we just log in. So now I'll just come along and I'll just go to the main menu here, okay? So the main one probably we'll be using here is the system setup. So, and of this here, probably the one that's of the most thing is, the encode setup here is basically saying on the different channels, what type of resolution do you want to have? Do you want to have D1 960H? So it's just allowing you, basically the higher the resolution, the less recording time for any amount of hard drive you have there. So it's sort of a compromise on it. What we have here then is a record setup. So we have an ability here to come along and choose any one or all of the channels, and then we can choose a particular day or we can choose every day, okay? When we're coming along in terms of setting up the thing. So we could choose all day on Saturday and record for that, and what we could do then is for different days we could have different setups. So if I come along here, the other thing is we could have schedules running. So I could come along and I could say for a particular day what I want to do is when I come along and I'll type in a start and end time and then the next schedule. So we could say we want to record when the gates are open in the morning time between 7:30 and 9, and then again we wanted to have a recording, we'll say at lunchtime for peak traffic, something like that, I don't know. And we could just do all that setup on it, so it's pretty straightforward. And if we make a mess of the settings, we want to go back, we can just hit the default button here and it'll just return it to default settings. So we have a lot of videos here just showing people how to set up port forwarding in terms of to open up gateways, etc. So it just allows us then to go and enter the particular port numbers here and etc. So just exit out there. We have motion detection, not used too much, and if we had a PTZ camera with this, we could actually come along and you can still have the Pelco settings, etc. Display output, all the rest of it. So they're the main ones we'd use. There's some lesser used menus down below. And what we have here then is we just have login, record and version information, and this here will be record query. So if we had a hard drive in here, we can start playing back for certain times, for certain dates, things like that. So just exit back out. So that's really it in terms of the menu structure. We have a 4-channel version of this, which is virtually identical in terms of the setup, etc. So we can go through there. In terms of, we'll say, if we look at the front of the DVR, which we'll now focus in on, we'll see there's a lot of functionality in the front of it. So even without the mouse, etc., we can do an awful lot here. So we can play, rewind, stop, do search functionality, change the grid structure in terms of how the cameras are being viewed in the thing, bring up the menu, the PTZ. With 2 USB ports here, one really for extracting recordings and the other one is for the mouse, so we'll connect it on directly there. And if we rotate the DVR, look at the back here, we can just see here that we have the 4 camera inputs here, we have an audio output here, a total of 4 audio inputs, and with a HDMI or VGA output you can come across. There's the power input there, an RJ45 connection, and we also have the AB connection there, and that's basically for setting up on PTZs, etc. So just rotate it back around. So overall, we'll say we're happy to have this DVR simply because this unit here has started to sell well for us, and the 4-channel version we have has been a huge seller for us. So it's both quite functional, has a good quality in terms of it's capable of supporting 960H and comes in at a pretty attractive price point. So it's part of a much wider range of DVRs, cameras, all the way into AHD, which is analog high definition, and increasingly things are moving this way. This DVR itself here still would be suitable for some professional applications, but the price point we have it at, things like that, also suitable for domestic as well. So that's it anyway, an overview of the 8-channel 960H DVR available from freetv.ie.